Toshiba, one of Japan's most famous companies, has warned it may not be able to stay in business. The company, which traces its origins to 1875, said it was likely to report a full-year net loss of £8 billion, and it may yet be delisted from the Tokyo Stock Exchange because auditors have not been able to sign off on its accounts. It follows an accounting scandal in 2015 and news last month that Westinghouse, its US nuclear subsidiary, has had to seek bankruptcy protection. A warning: the following pictures feature flash photography.
I'd like to offer my sincere apologies to all stakeholders, including shareholders and investors, for the trouble and concern we have caused by delaying our financial results and ending up in this situation. If the Tokyo Stock Exchange decides to delist a company, it's obvious that it thinks it will threaten the stability of the market if it's not delisted immediately. So we'd like to make the utmost effort to avoid delisting.
Well, Dr. Yoshikatsu Shinozawa is a senior lecturer in financial studies at the School of Oriental and African Studies. So how did Toshiba find itself in this position?
Well, it is a bit puzzle, even for the top management in Toshiba. The last December, they just realized how much loss they will make to announce.
And, clearly they've had this accounting scandal in the problem. They clearly still have issues with their auditors, given that the auditors are refusing at the moment to sign off on the accounts.
That's true. The announcement they make today is not audited. Informally, they announced. So we will see what's happened next.
So anyone who buys the shares at the moment is flying blind because there's no health check, if you like, from the accountants.
The announcement today is not endorsed yet. So we will see what happened.
So Toshiba are going to try and get around this by selling its memory chip business, which is the jewel in its crown, essentially. Is that going to be enough to get it out of difficulties? Well,
it depends on how much the potential buyer will pay. For instance, one or two big Taiwanese corporations, they pay more than, say, £21 billion or so. Then they are okay financially. But the question is, what they're going to do next?
Well, exactly. I mean, shorn of the memory chip business, where does that leave Toshiba? What do they have left?
Well, the proportion of the memory chip business is about 1/3 of Toshiba, the business. What remains are the energy business and also the electricity for household or industries. There are also some part of their business.
And those business, I'm leaving aside the energy business, which is clearly in a mess. The electronics businesses are generally in fine shape, are they?
Well, it is obvious the microchips business is most profitable business. But however, also they have some divisions to run the forklift or industry machineries too. They make some profit too.
But the point is that the chip business is the most profitable, it's the most exciting long-term growth prospects. It would be a shame for them to lose it.
That's very true. Yes, that's very true.
So I guess the big question is, do you think Toshiba can survive all this?
That's a really, really big question for them. I think it is at the moment, their priority is to survive and to remain listed in the Tokyo Stock Exchange.
Now, over here in the UK, of course, they've just acquired a 60% stake in Nugen, which is going to build a new nuclear power plant in Moorside in Cumbria. What are the likelihood of that going ahead, do you feel?
To be honest, I do not know what's happened next with regard to the nuclear business abroad in general, because their high priority at the moment to survive.
Okay. Now, the interesting thing is, this is not the first big Japanese company to have had accounting scandals. Olympus a few years ago, very, very high profile. Is there something unique about Japanese business that makes them prone to these kind of scandals?
Well, that's an interesting point. Yes, the Japanese corporations, they promote globalized corporate governance. However, in reality, what you said is true. In reality, they are behind the global standard with regard to the corporate governance.